So in isogametes, gametes can be motile or they can be non-motile. So isogametes, where the flagellated gametes are there, example is Chlamydomonas, while isogametes where gametes are non-flagellated, the example is Spirogyra. So these two are the examples where gametes are isogametes, same shape and size. They can be motile or they cannot be motile. Next one is the anisogametes. Here you can see one is large while other one is the small. When there is a difference in the shape, but both what will be that kind of fusion of gamete and isogametes. Then in oogametes you can see one is the large non-motile female gamete while other one is the small motile male gamete. This is just mentioned there. This kind of fusion, if occurs in the sexual reproduction, then that is called as a oogametes. Next thing we can see here, as algae or the member of Thallophyta are aquatic, they help in the fixation of CO2 and hence help in the evolution of oxygen gas by the process of photosynthesis. That means they make balance of CO2 and O2. Then these are the main producer in the aquatic system. If we just see the example, we can see here these algae are there, member of, you can say, Thallophyta. These produce a specific chemical which is called agar, which is derived from the plant Gelidium and Gracilaria. These both are algae. From them it is derived. And what is use of this agar? The thickness and the jelly-like structure which you see in ice creams and you also see in that jellies. These all are the result of, you can say, that because of that agar which is added to that particular food stuff. Next is there, you can see that what other thing is done here. Algae can be broadly divided into three parts: chlorophyce, phaeophyce and rhodophyce. Here one thing you have to keep in mind, if something is divided into chlorophyce, phaeophyce and rhodophyce, then it is, this division has occurred on the basis of presence or absence of certain things in them. So here you all have to keep in your mind that the things which are present there and those things which are absent in these broad categories of algae. Here are some example of the member of that algae. Chlorophyce, that chlorophyce इस category से जो belong कर रही है. You can see example Chlamydomonas, Volvox and Spirogyra. These three belongs to that chlorophyce category. In this algae, you can say division algae में it belongs to chlorophyce. What are the basic other features in the member of chlorophyce? Member of chlorophyce, chlorophyll. Phyce means those plants which are going to bear certain chlorophyll pigments. Let us explore what are the pigments or what are the things which are found there. You can see here it is algal cell. It is having outer layer. Then inner layer is there as it is a plant cell. Then what would the another feature? It would be having chloroplast and pyrenoids. Pyrenoids are the structures which help in the storage of, that you can say, starch and protein. It is mentioned there. It helps in the storage of starch and protein. Then in this you can, here it is a large cell of member of chlorophyce which helps in the process of photosynthesis as it is the member of plant kingdom. Then here how does the reproduction occurs? You can see here fragmentation, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. The things which we have studied earlier, that occurs here as the mode of reproduction. Fragmentation, structure will break down. Asexual reproduction, zoospores we have studied. And here through gametes, sexual reproduction will occur. Then in phaeophyce, the main feature of the member of phaeophyce is, example we can see Ectocarpus, Dictyota and Laminaria. These all are the member of phaeophyce which are commonly known as brown algae. Chlorophyce is known as green algae and phaeophyce is commonly known. As we have discussed, that brown algae name is given because of the presence of certain pigments. Example Ectocarpus, Dictyota, Laminaria. The pigments which are found in brown algae which give its that specific feature. These pigments are xanthophyll, fucoxanthin, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C and carotenoids. These pigments are found in the member of brown. Plant body of brown algae is broadly divided into this leafy structure is called frond. This stalk is called stipe. while the lower portion from which it attaches itself to the substratum, this lower portion is called holdfast. Holdfast helps it to attach to the substratum. This is the basic division of the part of the members of brown algae. If I am studying the structure, the cell of brown algae, then it has gelatinous coating. It has certain sticky substance coating that is called gelatinous coating. Then it contains plastids which are going to have chlorophyll pigment, nucleus, and a vacuole is also there in this brown algae. They also reproduce asexually through fragmentation. Vegetative reproduction is through that fragmentation, and asexual reproduction is biflagellated spores, while what happens and that sexual reproduction is by fusion of that male and female gametes which occurs in water. You can see here fusion in oogonium, that is oogamous kind of fusion is occurring there. Then the next one is rhodophyceae, that is red algae it is known as. Example is Polysiphonia, Gracilaria and Gelidia. These three are the member of rhodophyceae or the member of red algae. Common name is red algae. If we study the structure of red algae, it is called so because of the presence of the pigments which is same as a R-phycoerythrin, which imparts it red color. That's why the name is given red algae or the rhodophyceae. It is multicellular in structure. Then it contains storage food material as a Floridian starch. You can see here mass of the red colored algae which is just imparting red color to this whole area, which is because of the presence of that pigment. In red algae, spores can be non-motile or they can be motile, and the sepal size you can see it's of the same, it is appearing. Next is that here are, you can see diverse. This table defines us the difference between the various classes of member of algae or Thallophyta. Here we can see Chlorophyceae. Its common name is green algae. Then the major pigments which are found in it are chlorophyll A and B. The stored food product in the Chlorophyceae member is starch. The cell wall is made up of cellulose here. The flagella, these are 2 to 8 in number, and what is about their position? That is apical, that means tip पे present रहेंगे, and what is that flagellar number and insertion? These are equal in size, and it would be having apical position, that means at the tip it would be attached. Habitat, it can be found in fresh water like the normal water which we see. Brackish water is that water which is formed by that where the river meets with the ocean, and that water means it is having both fresh and that marine water mixing of both the water, that is the brackish water, and it is found in salt water, that it means in ocean also. See, member of Phaeophyceae, that is brown algae, commonly known as, which pigment is found in them? Chlorophyll AC and fucoxanthin is found in them. Then you can see here what is the stored food product, that is the mannitol and laminarian starch. It is stored food product in them. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and algin. Cell wall the composition, cellulose and algin is found in them. Then the number of flagella is 2. These are unequal in size and lateral. What is the meaning of lateral? Apical means आगे, lateral means side. You can say. Then where are they found? Fresh water. Like rarely they found in fresh water. Then brackish water they are found, and salt water. Here these are found. Rhodophyceae, that is red algae. It is found in, it is having pigment chlorophyll A and B and pigment phycoerythrin. The stored food product is Floridian starch. Cell wall is made up of cellulose, pectin and polysulfide esters. While the flagella is absent here in the you can see. And habitat, it is again fresh water, and some are found in fresh water, others in brackish water, and the salt water. Mostly they are found in salt water. So it is about the basic difference. All of it is related. So yes, so this is the difference. This difference is given in your NCERT book also. Now we are starting with the bryophyte, which is the second division of the plant kingdom. Bryophyte, such kind of green colored mass of velvet mass you must have observed over the rock, over any old building. So these all represent bryophytes or the amphibians of the plant kingdom. These are called amphibians of the plant kingdom. Question is asked because these are found both on the land and water. That means they need water to complete their life cycle, like that of amphibians. Like amphibians live on land and water both, and they need water for their fertilization. The same way here also water is needed for fertilization to complete their life cycle. That's why these are called as an amphibians of plant kingdom. They need that water so that gamete transfer can occur. It is a typical structure of bryophyte. It is thalloid in nature. Thalloid means this is thallus, flat structure. This is thallus-like structure. Thallus is mentioned there. Flat green colored structure. For anchoring to the soil, it has these root-like structures which are known as rhizoids. These root-like structure are known as rhizoids. You can see here, which helps in anchoring the plant to the surface. जुड़ता है इससे plant surface के ऊपर. This it is having chlorophyll pigment, so it is photosynthetic in nature. Its parent body is haploid, which we have discussed what is haploid and diploid. Then the main plant body is gametophyte. Here you will study two types of structure in the main parent body, gametophyte and sporophyte. Those structure which are going to just make the gametes, that part is called as a gametophyte, while those structure which is going to make spores, that would be called as a sporophyte. Here gametophyte is haploid while sporophyte is diploid. This thing is asked in your NEET exam or any of the exam, including the home exams in school also. This thing you have to keep in your mind, that gametophyte is haploid and sporophyte, structure of sporophyte is diploid, but spores which are formed inside the sporophyte, these are haploid. Haploid, diploid, you all have to learn. So here we can see it's a male gametophyte. That means it is having male structure. Here it is the female gametophyte. In male gametophyte, the structure which is formed, that is the antheridium, and in female it is called archegonium. You have to remember one thing, male reproductive part is antheridium while in female it is archegonium. तो यहाँ पे antheridium head दिखाया था और archegonial head दिखाया था. That means उसको top portion where the male part and the female part would be formed. I think you have seen the both sexes are separate here. Male gametophyte have been shown on the different side and female on the different. So both are separate here. Here it is the TS of this. Suppose it is a bryophyte, उसको cut किया, फिर उसको आप when you will study this kind of structure will be formed there. Just study it in detail. Here we can see antheridia. That means the structure inside which antherozoites will be formed. Like we study pollen grains are the male gamete in angiosperms. Here we use antherozoites because antheridium है male reproductive part. उसके अंदर जो gamete produce हो रहा है, these will be called as antherozoites. So gametes will be formed. These are releasing here. Just observe this phenomena carefully. I would be explaining it to you. So antherozoites are released here, which are the male gamete, and inside the archegonium. Now you can see archegonial head. इसमें archegonia यानी that structure which is going to bear ovum. That is just explained here. Inside the bryophyta member, we can see here egg is present inside this archegonium. It was the antheridium. यहाँ से antherozoites release हुए, and it will go to the archegonium. You can see here, and here egg is there. What is happening inside the archegonium? It has fertilized the egg cell, and now what has formed? Zygote. Zygote will be diploid or haploid? Yes, it would be diploid. Now what has happened? जैसे ही उसका fusion हुआ, now this new structure from the zygote is formed. That structure is sporophyte. We have seen gametophyte, which helped in the formation of gametes. Now the structure which is formed, that is a sporophyte. This sporophyte will remain attached to this portion. ये मत सोचिए कि sporophyte कहीं पे land करेगा फिर बनेगा. No, sporophyte is remain attached to this portion. यहाँ पे जो archegonium था ना, उसी के अंदर जो structure बन रहा है वो क्या है? Sporophyte after the fusion of egg with the gametes. So here we have seen that sporophyte has been formed there. It is a typical structure of sporophyte. That means the structure inside which spores are formed. When these spores will release, it will help in the formation of new gametophytic plant. In bryophyta, we can see it is broadly divided into two parts, liverworts and mosses. In liverworts, that bryophyton category is kept, which is having thalloid structure. All of you can see that this is thalloid structure. It is a flat thallus-like structure. While here we can see it is having that leafy structure, mosses. So leaf-like plant, it is mosses, while that is thalloid structure, that is the liverworts. Two broad categories of bryophytes are there. In liverworts, you can see it is having thalloid structure, chlorophyll thalloid structure, flat. Here structure is described, thallus-like, and this cup-shaped structure which you are just seeing here, I don't know whether it is described here or not, but it is Gemma cup. Gemma cup means these are the asexual reproductive structure. When suppose the plant body is going to get degenerate, this Gemma cup will land to any of the area, land in the sense break हुए वहाँ से कहीं पे जहाँ पे भी ये land होंगे, at that place they will form the new plant body. So these are the structure for asexual reproduction. These are known as Gemma cup. It is having thalloid structure, while some of the member like mosses we have studied, it has that leaf, we can say a leafy liverwort. Liverwort, not mosses we are talking, liverworts, they could have leaf-like structure also. Now what has the reproduction here? Methods of reproduction, asexual and sexual both occurs. Asexual reproduction, I have already discussed how does it occurs. So here it occurs fragmentation, that means any part which just breaks down, it will result in the formation of new organism. Asexual reproduction occurs through Gemma or Gemma cup, I have explained you. So through that also it will break down, and wherever it will land, at that place it will form the new organism. You see, from Gemma new organism are formed there of that of Bryophyta. Gemma cup would be having haploid ploidy only, that means organism will be haploid only. Then in sexual reproduction we have just right now studied female reproductive organ and male reproductive organ, archegonium, antheridium. Then in bryophytes, next we are studying mosses. In mosses, Funaria, Polytrichum and Sphagnum are example, and in liverwort, Riccia and Marchintia is example. Riccia and Marchintia are example. Here you can see these are having a bit leaf-like structure or plant-like structure. This then in mosses, what happened? They also occur in two stages: protonema stage and leafy stage. Protonema stage means it would be having thallus-like flat structure which is generally not visible. So what happened when a spore lands? It makes this multicellular thread-like structure which is called as a protonemal stage. This protonemal stage will soon transform into leafy stage. That we can just see. Let's see here. It has soon transformed into leafy stage, like in Funaria we can see that. So two stages are there, protonemal stage and leafy stage in the member of Bryophyta that we have seen. Here this leafy stage is just focused here, and you can see here that rhizoids or the root-like structure for anchoring to the soil substratum, soil or substratum जहाँ पे ये grow कर रहा है उस पे anchoring के लिए. Reproduction, vegetative and sexual. Two kind of vegetative is fragmentation and budding in secondary protonema. Second जो protonema है उसकी जो दूसरी branch होगी उसमें buds arise होंगी. From that also new organism can form. And sexual reproduction, male part is there, female part is there. Here for the process of sexual reproduction in Bryophyta we can see that it is having male plant and the female plant. It is non-vascular leaf. Non-vascular, vascular you understand what is vascular, which is having conductive tissues, but it is not having. So non-vascular leaves are there. The same is stem. From here conductive tissues are not found, but from Pteridophyta few appearance has occurred. So now anchoring structure is rhizoids. The same is here in the female also, non-vascular stem and non-vascular leaf is there. They are having that male and female reproductive part in their this main plant body. Again the process will be same, that antherozoids will be produced as male gamete and female gamete would be ovum. Fertilization of them will occur which will result in the formation of sporophyte. Sporophyte would be bearing this structure which is called spores inside its a head which is called capsule, and these spores will be dispersed which will land to form that protonema, that means leaf-like, let's say it's a stranded leaf-like or flat that thalloid structure, and which will soon transform into that plant, leaf-like plant. Next thing is that in that Bryophyta only, that we can see here it is having extreme uses what are the uses of bryophyte? Like in algae we have studied, it helps in the formation of that agar agar, which is that